Hello friends, it's the funkyplaybrothers, and please remember to subscribe to our YouTube. And today I'm reading Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, includes an 8-page full color insert, the junior novelization by Random House Rat King. Now let's read the next two chapters. Chapter 21. Thwamp, the van lands nose down on the street, wrecked beyond repair. TCRI vehicles full of soldiers pull up surrounding the crash site. Go, 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 the commander barks. Surround them, make a perimeter. As the turtles stumbled out of the wreckage, the soldiers stared at them, amazed to see bizarre mutants instead of bad Bernie skiing. They raised their weapons, aiming right at the four brothers. Leo spotted April on her scooter. April, he said into his mic, help. But then he watched astonishing as she turned and drove away, speeding off into the night, and Turtles couldn't believe she'd abandoned them. At TCRI headquarters, Ultron was available to watch her team's progress on a monitor. Thanks to the soldiers' helmet camera, soldier reported, Miss Ultron, we've lost the signal on the assimilator. Well, we've recovered these things. He gestured toward the turtles. Yes, Ultron said triumphantly. Stockman's mutants. After all these years, bring them to me. Yes, ma'am, the soldier said. He turned to the turtles, say, good night, freaks. Soldiers knocked out the turtles, threw them into their vehicle, and caravaned to TCRI headquarters. With Cynthia, Ultron was waiting for her prize. She knew exactly what she would do with the mutants. Her brothers came they found themselves in a glass cage, trapped to tables and hooked up to diabolical machines. What happened? Leo asked. Hey, let us out. Come on. On the other side of the glass, a heavily armed security team guarded the cage. Cynthia Ultron stepped forward, gloating. Why, hello, Turtles. I've been looking for you for a long time. Strapped to a cable, Donnie craned his neck as best he could to meet Ultron's fierce gaze. Look, lady, he said, I don't know what you want from us or why you talk so scary, but we shouldn't be here. There's a fly monster, Zap. Ultron pressed a button, shocking Donnie with a jolt of electricity. I will do the talking, she said calmly. I am Cynthia Ultron, and you are my property. Leo looked baffled. What do you mean, your prop, Zap? Ultron shocked the turtles. Hey, Raph protected Zap. Another shock. Stop, Mikey, cried Zap. Enough, Ultron ordered. I will use you to complete our glorious work. Your blood will allow me to create a stable mutagen. And with that, mutagen will create an army of super soldiers. She held up a blueprint of a human with the fins and flippers of a dolphin. Dolphin men to plant bombs on submarines. She held up another blueprint, this one with long wings and sharp beak. Eagle men to fight enemy jets. A third blueprint showed a human head with the head and body of a snake. Snake meant to slither behind enemy lines. She set the blueprints down, looking moved by her own vision. The glory of it all nearly brings me to tears. Ultron turned toward the turtles with a terrifyingly fierce expression on her face. My army of super mutants will live. I will milk you dry. I will milk you dry. Ha! The brothers screamed. I was right. Ultron turned to the scientists to start the milking machine. Superfly soon reached his hideout with the assimilator and loaded it into his lab. Now, all he needed to do was connect the assimilator to his massive doomsday machine, built according to Baxter Stockman's plans. He punched a button, and a huge machine rumbled like vrum, 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 vrum. In Turtle's sewer home, Splinter sat alone, sadly watching the balloons he'd put out for the pizza party deflate. Sigh, he flipped through a family photo album. In the early pictures, when the boys were young turtles, they looked happy, posing with their dad in the middle shots. As they grew older, they started to look more distant, and in the most recent photos, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles looked miserable, unhappy to pose for yet another picture in the sewers, where they felt trapped. Hearing footsteps behind him, Splinter sprang to his feet, full of hope. "Boys," he cried, "you came home. You forgive me? My surprise party worked." He turned to see not his beloved sons, but human. "Ah!" he screamed, holding up both hands to show he meant no harm. April said, "Hey, Mr. Ratman, you might want to sit down in Cynthia's on Trum's secret lab at TCRI headquarters." Splinter's worst prediction about what would happen if mutants got a hold of turtles was coming true. Mikey was getting milked. "Ah!" he screamed. "Stop it!" Leo grimaced. "That looks bad, doesn't it hurt?" Donnie asked. "Of course it hurts," Mikey said. "She's milking me," retaining and attaching to tubes. Mikey was having his ooze blood milked into a large container. His brother's turns attached to the ooze milking machine were coming. Tried to think of something pleasant. Raph suggested to take your mind off the pain. "Yeah, think of pizza," Leo said, knowing pizza was my favorite. "Think of pizza," Mikey tried, closing his eyes. Then he popped them open. "Pizza's made of cheese, and cheese is made of milk, and I'm being milked. It's infiltrated my every thought. Ah, I'm so..." "I'm so sorry, Mikey," Leo said sympathetically. "All right," Cynthia Armstrong said. Having heard enough, she gestured toward the large container. "We'll milk you until we have the required amount. See you not so soon, turtles." She turned and left the laboratory. Assistants attached Raph to the milking apprentice. "This is it, guys," he said. "We're going to die here, getting milked to death in a lab. I always knew it would end like this," Mikey claimed. His brothers didn't buy it. "Shut up, Mikey," Donnie said. "No, you didn't," Raph said. "Such a liar," Leo said. Even though they were roughly teasing Mikey in their usual way, all of them well aware of the serious trouble they were in. Things did not look good at all. "I can't believe April just left us," Leo said. "Maybe she was using us all along." "Well, she ended up getting a great story," Raph said, not minding being distressed from the ooze extraction. Supervillain last part of his evil machine. "You know," Leo said, "that actually is a pretty good title." "Yeah, very clickbaity," Donnie agreed. "I'd definitely give that a read," Mikey said. Donnie sighed. "I guess, well, we were stupid to think humans would ever like us." "We're naive," Raph said. "We're so naive we destroyed the planet," Mikey cried. "That's why we're unlikable. I wish I got to travel more, you know," Leo shared. "I wish I had a girlfriend," Ralph admitted. "I wish I could have tried some frozen yogurt," Mikey tried to anguish. Leo looked puzzled. "You could have." "I know," Mikey yelped, "and I blew it." Leo shook his head silently. "It would have been nice to go out with a show." Nani nodded. "It would have been nice." Suddenly all the lights in the room went out. Chapter 22. Outside the cell holding the turtles at TCRI, guards went on high alert on the second and the lights went out. "Someone's here," one of them shouted. Staler in her office, and there on Trummer heard an alarm go off. Guards rushed into the room. "What's happening?" she demanded. "There's an intruder," the lead guard explained. "We have to get you to a secure location." "But did the milking stop?" she asked. Without answering, the guards quickly escorted her to a safe room with a blast-proof metal door. Back in the darkened laboratory with the ooze milking equipment, Guards searched for an unseen intruder with their weapons drawn. Then, from a vent in the ceiling, Splinter dropped to the floor. "Boys," he cried. "Dad," the turtles shouted in joy and astonished. The guards stared to move toward the mutant rat. "Man, stay back," he warned. "I just came for my boys who lied to me. They are in so much trouble right now." The brothers didn't like the sound of that. "We're actually good," Leo said. We can't stay longer," Donnie added. "It's fine," Mikey claimed. The head guard wasn't fazed by Splinter's warning. "Yeah, right, freak," he scoffed, turning to the others. "Guards here, grab another machine and hook him up like the others." "No," Raph shouted. "Come on, leave him alone." "He's old," Leo pointed out. "He hasn't been fighting in, I don't know if he's ever been in a fight." The turtles were glad their father had come to rescue them, but what could the old rat possibly do against a team of heavily armed TCRI soldiers? Plenty, it turned out, putting an unbelievable display of ninja moves. Splinter spun, whirled, kicked, and punched his way around the room, never stopping, swiftly taking all the soldiers down, sometimes singly and sometimes more than one at a time. It was incredible. "Whoa," the brothers yelled, amazed. "Yeah," Mikey cried. "Kick his butt, Dad." "Yeah, you get him, Dad," Leo cheered. "Yeah, go, Dad," Donnie and Raph called at the same time. A guard spoke into his walkie-talkie requesting backup. Reinforcements poured into the lobby and Splinter found himself in the fight of his life. Seriously outnumbered, he had to call on his martial arts skills and his ability as a rat, squeezing himself through tiny openings, gnawing with his long teeth and whipping his tail to knock tubes and beakers at the assistants. More than once it looked as though it had been defeated, but he always railed fiercely, fighting his way back until eventually he won the battle. The soldiers were down. Smacking a button on a control panel, Splinter released his sons from their cage. "Dad," they all cried at once, rushing to embrace him. "Boys," Splinter said, hugging them back. "Are you okay?" They assured him they were fine. "How did you find us?" Leo said, April dropping into the room through a vent. "I mean, I'd be a pretty big jerk if I didn't at least try to get your dad to come help you," Leo shouted, thrilled to see her. He absolutely hated the idea that she would abandon the turtles in their hour of need. Splinter walked over to April's side. "Yes, this human you are apparently friends with told me you lied to me. What happened? What have you been doing?" "Nothing," the turtles stammered, not ready to share their plan for fame and glory and human adulation. Splinter noticed the apparent synthetic encrum has been used to extract the turtles' mutant ooze. "Wait a second minute," he said. "What is that machine?" The brothers all answered at once. This machine is nothing. I think it's like an extraction machine." Splinter peered at a metal tag on the mechanism. "Does that say milking machine?" The turtles tried to deny their father had been right all along. "No, it's the opposite of that." April looked at the tag. "It's a milking machine." Splinter gestured toward the milking machine. "See, I told you they'd milk you. This is why I told you not to leave the sewers." "Why would you lie to me?" Leo put his hands to calm their dad down. "Okay, look," he said, coming clean. "We thought if we could stop this really bad criminal named Superfly, that maybe we could be liked by humans, and I guess we just did this. Think you would understand." Splinter stood motionless, listening. He bursted out with, "You are right. I don't understand. Now come, let's go home before these men wake up." One of the guards stirred. Splinter knocked him out again with a clean sweep of his foot. "See, like this guy." Once they were outside the TCRI building, April went on way while Splinter and the turtles went another. They were headed for Staten Island. That's the end of chapter 21 and 22. And up. apparently 23 is going to be the entire Staten Island fight. And then go to New York and they stop him? Because that's how practically every single turtle thing happens. The bad guy gets an upper hand, the turtles still defeat him. I don't understand that at all. So, friends, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow us on Twitter, The Funky Play Bros. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, The Funky Play Brothers. Support our vlog at cashapp, the $sign Funky Play Bros. So you have more unboxings, more taste tests, more adventures, more monies, and for support. Thanks for watching. Bye.